Was President Paul Biya blaming the youth in Cameroon? Because I have listened to his speech. That was on the 10th of February, more than 5 times. And I'm coming to a conclusion that he was blaming the youth for the misery that they are in, for the frustration that they have found themselves, for the poverty that they are living in, for all the terrible things that the youth are crying. President Paul Biya pushed all the blame on the youth because he asked them. One of the things he says is that they should stay and make good use of the opportunity. They should stop traveling abroad illegally. Meaning there are opportunities in Cameroon. He is blaming them for traveling abroad. He is blaming the youth in Cameroon for the moral bankruptcies in Cameroon, for the immorality in Cameroon. He is blaming the youth for not taking advantage of agriculture and livestock and ICT or digital economy. He is blaming the youth for allowing themselves for power mongers and those who seeking to destabilize Cameroon to use them. And then he is also blaming the youth for not trusting him, that he always stands for the truth. I wanted to post the whole issue, just a single video, the whole speech of President Paul Biya, but copyright will not allow it. That is what I listened to it, and then there was nothing. I was not understanding the first time, the second time, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. I came to discover that President Paul Biya is fully blaming the youth for whatsoever the trouble they are going through: frustration, poverty, hunger, misery, unemployment. He said the government cannot employ all of them, so they should go and for agriculture. He quote example out of how many 30 million people. He quote example of 2 people who are doing well in agriculture. He said his government, they are always struggling and doing everything necessary the government has given to the population. And then I don't know what is necessary, because there is no road in Cameroon, there is no electricity in Cameroon, there is no drinkable water in Cameroon, there is no food for Cameroonians, there is insecurity in Cameroon. So what is it that he has done for 42 years in power? He said the youth should always trust him for the truth. So I am asking, which kind of truth? The false promises that he has been giving Cameroonians for all this year, which of the truth? The truth behind the killing of more than 10,000 people in southern Cameroon? The truth of the insecurity in Cameroon? What truth is President Paul Biya talking about? Because I don't understand. The person who wrote the speech for President Paul Biya is his enemy. That is how I concluded it, because there is nothing in there. If you really take your time and look through the speech, then you will know that President Paul Biya was blaming that the government has done their part. So it is now the responsibility, but the common people feel to take advantage of what the government have put at their disposal. They say youth should stay home in Cameroon and make good use of the opportunities. The opportunity, and then he contradicted himself in that very speech, because he said the government cannot recruit everybody. The government cannot create, and then he's asking the youth to take advantage of agriculture and livestock. And then he failed to create farm to market route. If you look how many perishable, in terms of perishable good, a product that got spoiled because of no root, things like tomatoes, that got spoiled, vegetables, that people, farmers, they spend millions in cultivation and finally did not reach market. President Paul Biya could have been encouraging you to go into agriculture by creating, constructing farm to market route, by creating ready market for perishable product. that many people will go into agriculture without somebody. If somebody spent 10 million this year, invested 10 million in agriculture, producing perishable product, and finally if everything perish and destroy, rotten in the farm, will the person do it the next year? No, the person will become a bicycle rider. He called on youth to take advantage of the digital economy. But in Cameroon, there is no network. If you are not in big city like Douala, Yaoundé, or the economy headquarters, there are places in Cameroon without network. And if you engage yourself in, and then your business is based on digital, internet, and then you go for a week without electricity, where are you going to charge your computer, your laptop, or your telephone? Or you go for a week without internet, or for a month without internet. How are you going to connect yourself? So President Paul Biya should think before talking. He should think before talking. He called on youth to stay away from power mongers, those seeking to destabilize Cameroon. I asked myself that, who told President Paul Biya that some people are seeking to destabilize Cameroon? Why should they even do it? Does it mean that there is something that some Cameroonians are not happy? But he is telling Cameroonians that they have done everything and Cameroonians are happy. Why is President Paul Biya afraid? If all the young people in Cameroon were focused, doing something, everybody focused and seeing a bright future ahead, who then will be manipulating them? Who will be taking advantage of them? If everybody, all the youth in Cameroon, those who are going to school, focus on education, those who are already graduated already, have job, and then they are busy going to work on Monday to Friday or to Saturday, where would they have the time? That another person will be manipulating them. They are only manipulating the frustrated, the poor, the miserable one, those who have nothing doing, because of the hardship that President Paul Biya created in Cameroon. So he should look through all this, solve this problem, and he will not be afraid of anything. The youth will not be traveling out of the country. If they stayed in the country, if they say all Cameroonians that are out of the country, they should return back home, President Paul Biya will escape the very day. Because he's just talking. Because he is aware and he knows that they will not come back. So he just wants to certify that tradition of speaking to the youth on the 10th of February. I keep on saying that there is nothing to be celebrated on the 11th of February. It was a day of mourning. A day Cameroon was divided. British Southern Cameroon or British Cameroon was divided. And there is nothing there to be celebrated. If they want to celebrate it, they should be celebrating that this is a day a British Southern Cameroon voted to join French Cameroon. Not that it should be a youth day, in which the youth have no place in Cameroon. The president is 92 years old. The president of the Senate, 90 years old. The president of the National Assembly, 90 years old. The president of the Constitutional Council, 90 years old. The president, the general director of National Security, 94 years old. There is no youth within, for 43 years, there is no youth within the government of President Paul Biya, not just one. And you are addressing them, accusing them, blaming them for their hardship, for their suffering.